I'm sorry for baiting you. I know life ain't perfect. And you might think, yeah, what the fuck is this motherfucker saying? He's just a young guy. He doesn't know how it's 95, how shit my life is. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna pretend you know everything that you're struggling with. But I'm telling you right now, for a week, some weeks ago, I literally thought about suicide. Like, I'm up, I'm 18 years old now, and that was weeks ago. Got, my birthday was 2 weeks ago. I got 18. I was 17 years old. I thought of suicide, 2 3 days in a row. 2 3 days in a row. At the train station, I'm like, I just jump at the train, and it's this train at full speed, and I just need to blink, and then everything is over. And I'm not. I did. I did. And I don't think I have the absolute solution. You know, the solution for everyone. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you what kind of reduced those thoughts, and might have helped me treat them, because they haven't came in some weeks now, but they have at least. They're not as prevalent, or as they're not there as it was before. Sorry, I'm not the best at speaking, but I'm gonna try to give you value quickly. I'm not gonna waste so much of your time, because I know your time is really precious, and I know this is not fun at all. Like, you just happen to click on this video. I'm gonna make this short and concise. So there are three things, and I'm gonna tell you the reason. I'm just gonna tell you, do these three things and everything will fix. And I will tell you the reason why these things could potentially work for you. And so let's get right into it. The first thing I wrote is wake up early, because I found that when I wake up, let's say 6 a.m., and I have to commute to a work I don't even like, then I'm like, I don't feel motivated to get out of bed. But if I don't get out of bed, I will feel like shit. Actually, there was once I was stuck in bed and didn't go to work. I'm still a student, but I had this APL, which is, I had the same times as 9 to 5ers. So I was, getting there at 8 and working 4 or 5 or something. 8 to 5, 8 to 4. That's like normal work times, right? And so I felt depressed when I woke up. I didn't get out of bed as I should. And then my manager called me, and then he said, "Oh, you need to come here quickly, quickly." I'm like, I need to get to Ängelholm. I'm literally living outside of Helsingborg, so I need to go to Helsingborg. Then I need to take the train to Ängelholm. That's in Sweden. It's a neighboring city, about 40, 50. I think it's half an hour train ride, actually. That long. Like 20, 30 minute train ride. At least I need to take the bike or the bus to the train station, and from there I need to go to Ängelholm. It was a very depressing time in my life, but I was actually thinking of suicide while I was waiting for the train. Then the train got like delayed. Ding, 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 ding. This train from 1A got delayed by 15 minutes. Reason was because there were people in the area walking out their trails. Notice. Train to Ängelholm 1A. That damn sound that's giving me nightmares, bro. Uh, but negativity won't help you either, so I will try to have a little positive tone while giving this. It doesn't help me, like, yeah, that's how it works. It is. It is fair. I'm gonna try to still have a good, fun time here. But genuinely, I had those thoughts. I did. Even though I like to laugh about it, I did have it. So waking up early helped me, because instead of me, oh, I have work now, I could for 2 hours relax. And those 2 hours, you might do some instant gratification, because you're like, oh, this life is, oh, I hate this life. Maybe, but still, this will give you some kind of, you don't have to rush right now, not stressed right now. Because I know this. You've been sleeping for shit for weeks. You have so much stress that you're like thinking of, oh, exercise is probably healthy, but you're like, exercise, you're barely getting through your day. I understand why you're like, they say, why are you fat? Why are you not going to the gym? It's taking everything you have just to get to the work, just to take the train, just to get home. I know this. I could barely exercise myself after that. Like, it was, oh, holy shit! I actually feel bad because I did work like a 9 to 5 for like 3 weeks. I couldn't really do all that stuff that everyone tells on self-improvement. Do this, do this, do this. I really couldn't myself. Like, it took a lot out of me, and that's me, 17-year-old. Imagine you. I don't know what age you are, but even if you're in school, that like takes a lot out of you, more than you could ever realize. We in school actually have it good compared to 9 to 5, but still, it's not ideal there either. I can't feel all your pain, but I feel some of the pain. I know it's pretty hellish. But another strategy that will this will probably the most important, so listen closely. Full screen, maybe take notes because this might change your entire life, and it finally did for me after years. And this is spend as much time outside your house as possible. And I'm not trying to tell you, oh, play sports, play this, do this, do this. I will tell you the reason why I think you should be outside of your house, and I mean quite literally outside of your home. Why? Because when you're at home, that is the times I'm not trying to tell you, oh, suppress all emotion, because that might be unhealthy in the long run. It might. But I'm telling you this because you tend to be the worst version of yourself, even if you're not stressed. And this is even if you're not stressed. When you're stressed, you're very prone to do things that's not ideal. Like when you're stressed, you're prone to drinking. Like, whew, of course you're drinking. You're really anxious. But even when I'm not, like, even if I have like weekend, when you're anxious, when you have too much to do that you don't want to do, you fap, you do video game, you do bad habit. You bad habit when you have too much stress. You do bad habit when you have free time and idle time. You do bad habit when you're at home, free time, or you're stressed. Either way, you're doing bad habits. When you're at the local library, when you're taking coffee for a bunch of hours, you can even, I don't know, 4 a.m. take coffee. You can in the morning, if coffee shop is open, the night hotel is open, then take a coffee for 2 hours there. Read, I don't know, journal. Just sit there. Like with the coffee, take 5 cups of coffee. That's better than drinking ale every day at the evening, right? You're like, oh, but coffee, it's like, oh, it's not really productive. It's not pretty productive. It's more productive than your drinking habits, and it's not your fault either. I know this because there are a lot of people, they have these negative thoughts. They're like anxiety. Oh, I gotta work. I gotta. Every time they get that, they're like, you gotta drink to negate the pain. You need to negate the shitness of your life. And if your life is shitty, then you need to do. If your life is either shitty or you have idle time, you do shit things. So spend as much time outside as possible. What I do is in the morning, I have found myself being able to work. I have not, like, I don't do bad habits in the morning. Like when I wake up, maybe if I'm super sleep deprived, I spend an extra 2-3 hours in bed. But right now, I woke up 4 a.m. feeling not perfect, but pretty refreshed enough to record videos. And this is my 6th, 7th video this morning, so it's possible. In the morning, I can work, so I wake up early, do that. Then, school. I go to school because I have to. After school, I go to the, and after these recordings, after school drains my soul, bro. Maybe because I'm autistic, it drains my soul. Gym, I'm not one of the guys who can go 3 times a day. Maybe if it was my priority in my life, I could, but I feel drained being at the gym as well. Gym, school drains like my soul. Gym is productive though, so I still do it. After that, if I tell myself, oh, you gotta read, you gotta do this, you gotta do this. If I need to study or need to read, even though I'm really, really, really tired, then library is the best. And on weekends, I go to libraries. So I do my morning hours of work, then I go to the gym, and then it's like 12 p.m. I still have some work left in me. Then I spend some hours reading at the library because I record for like 4 to 5 hours a morning. Then I need to sharpen the axe, my education, my knowledge, which is a driving factor of my business model, which is what I'm doing right now. This is my business model, not gonna kid you. I'm not doing dropship, I'm not doing this, I'm doing venture thingy. That's my business model. And so educating myself is a very important thing. So I do that at the other half of the day. Then when it's getting to evening, like 16, my bedtime is usually 6:30 p.m. That's so at 4 p.m. I get home. I'm home at like 4:30, 5 p.m. Then I spend an hour, 1.5 hour evening routine. I put my music on and so on. And that gets us to the third point. That when you spend, or the second point still, spend as much time outside of your house as possible, because the worst version of yourself, even if you aren't stressed, the worst version of yourself for anyone, this applies to anyone, is when you're home alone. Home alone, you're doing the video game alone, you're doing devices alone, you're drinking alone. All those things are extremely dangerous. Even worse than, you're like drinking with buds. Sure, drinking is not good, but drinking alone is the absolute worst thing. So spend less, and alone time is important. I believe people say, "Oh, you're a loser because you're spending time alone." I believe that spending time alone is something everyone should do as well. I believe that a good social life is important, but I also believe that a good solo time is important. What I mean by this is a great 2-3 hours of no one. I believe great thinkers needs to think with other men or by themselves. Women with other women or by themselves. Spend time alone. That is crucial for everyone. And so, if you're going about your day and you're outside of your house, you will get less monkey mind, less anxious thoughts, but you will still get them, because I'm not gonna tell you, oh, outside of your house, all your life problems are fixed. No, it's not that easy. If it were that easy, you would not struggle with this, am I right? Because you're at the train station, you're outside of your home, but you still get anxious thoughts. You're at the train station, you're like deliberating, should I kill myself now, or is it worth it? So, of course, it's not easy, right? That. But when you are outside, when on my bike, I don't feel like killing myself, bro. I feel amazing. When I'm in the gym, I feel kind of amazing. I flex my biceps in the mirror. I'm like, I feel good, man. I feel good. This is my body, bro. Like, yeah. Flow state task. While I'm speaking right now, I am probably happiest. I'm happy while recording, and after I've recorded, I feel amazing. So I feel amazing while doing it and afterward. So my flow state tasks are, I think it's running, biking, recording, maybe gym. Sometimes I don't, but sometimes I have flow in the gym. No other thoughts when sports could be one. So yeah, sports could be one. Playing floorball, playing, I don't know, hide and seek, doing some, even if you're an adult, do some climb trees, do something crazy. That's not normal. Normal people are thinking of killing themselves. So do you wanna be like that, or do you wanna be a little different? I don't believe that abnormal is a bad thing. In fact, I believe being abnormal is good, because it's not normal to wake up 4 a.m. It is like 1% of people or less. It's not normal to sleep on the floor. Some countries do it, but not. It's not like, it's more. It's the majority of people don't sleep on the floor. The majority of people don't wake up 4 a.m. The majority of people don't. You know what I mean? So yeah, it might be breaking the norm a bit, but it serves a purpose. So why should you care about that? If you are literally thinking about suicide, you are hating life, then a different approach might work, and it did for me. So, flow state tasks. What task gets you into this flow, in the zone? And for me, it is running, biking, recording a video, reading a very good book, going to the gym, and all that. And another thing you need to realize is that you can't eliminate thoughts. You can decrease them when you're doing flow state tasks, but let's say, yeah, you have done 1 hour of gym, now you have a rest break, and you sit down. You can't just, oh, I'm not gonna have any thoughts, I'm not gonna have thoughts, and then you feel shame, you feel judgment, you're like, oh no, I got this thought, I shouldn't have got this negative thought, I know negative thoughts are bad. Instead of negativity, you're just like, negative thought, okay, why did I get it now? Oh yeah, I have a rest break, it's because I'm not doing flow state task. Okay, you're curious instead of shaming yourself. Oh, like, okay, interesting, be curious. And I learned this, I'm reading a book which called The Monkey Mind. I don't know by what author, Sarah H or whatever, I don't know. But it's a very good book. But it says that negativity drives anxiety and depression. And it probably does. You feel the shame. Shame is the worst energy you can have. You go fab and then talk to someone. You feel like a goblin. You feel this shame, and that's bad. You drink and you shouldn't have done. You feel shame. That's bad. Shame is not a good emotion to feel. And the thing is that your negativity, I have to do this. Oh, and then you're like, oh, I'm too stressed. I can't do it. No, shut up, brain. I can't do this. Oh, don't get in your thought. Like, why am I? Hate school. I hate this. I hate this. I hate this. It didn't help you at all, did it? You have your whole life tried this, or you have recently started think of these damn thoughts because life has got more stressful and it really hasn't helped you. And I'm gonna tell you right now that your anxiety, your depression is all internal. It's not a chronic disease. Chronic depression doesn't work because it's internal. You're like, you're trying to think of, oh, I'm autism, so I'm bad at this, I'm bad at this. Yeah, you might have more difficult to focus, you might have this, but you're not instantly depressed just because you have autism or ADHD. That doesn't mean depression. You know what that means? That means you have to, yeah, sure, you might have it, but then you need to work around it. I have autism, and so I like spending time alone. Yeah, but I think everyone also likes doing that. My point here is that yeah, our internal is what's creating our experience. Right? It is the internal. Of course, the external environment will change our life, going at the library, all that stuff. But in the end of the day, before you thought something was bad, drinking is bad. Now you feel bad when you do it. Before, you're like, yeah, drinking, whatever. Or you're like, let's say you're a carnivore, you're like a vegetable. You thought they were good all the time. You ate them, you didn't feel bad about eating them. Now you know you shouldn't eat them, and now you feel bad while eating them. You can be here saying, oh yeah, damn, you hate you. You shouldn't have told me about self-improvement because my life was better that. When you found the truth, it cannot be unseen. 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 It cannot be unseen. There's only one path. One path. I know how shit your life is, but there's only one path. It is feeling more shit every day or feeling actually good for the first time. One path. Negativity drives anxiety and depression. Shift negativity. Shift your mom waking you up at 9 p.m. and like, oh, Eskil, did you do the dishes? Did you do the dishes? Instead of, she's actually caring. Like, gratitude. I'm grateful for her because even though she annoyed me, I have for 1,000 times told her that don't do this, but it doesn't work. Try a different approach. From a point of gratitude. For the point of gratitude, you might be, oh, but that's delusional. She actually had a bad intention. But even if she did that, why are you letting her take in power? If she is a bad person, which she is not, because she's caring. If you think these gratitude thoughts, you realize that she's actually caring because mothers do that, right? Mothers. Oh, yeah, you're actually a son, bro. You're actually seen as a son, bro. Be happy. Negativity doesn't work. Try a different approach. Gratitude journaling can be a thing. I'm not here telling you do this habit, because it is stressful already where you are. But when you go about your day, think about happy thoughts. Be like, I'm so grateful I woke up 4 a.m. today. I'm so grateful for Eskilax providing this video. And all that. And if you manually implant more happy thoughts, naturally your unconscious thoughts will be less negative. Of course, they will still be there. It's not. It take weeks. It's nothing is like this. But try this out. Think more positive thoughts. Even if they're delusional, they will give you more benefit. Because negative thoughts minus your experience, positive thoughts plus. Even if they're not true, even if you delude yourself, they're still giving you plus. So be like, oh, I'm so grateful for the bike. You're like, you're taking the bike for granted. You're like, but then you start thinking, I'm so grateful for the bike. If it weren't for the bike, I would have to take the bus and feel like killing myself even more than I do now. You're like, I'm grateful for this. I'm grateful for this video. Even though it was 20 minutes, it changed my life. I'm so grateful for this and this. And I'm grateful for my mother actually caring about me. I'm grateful for actually being grateful. That's better than the negative loop pattern. And with this gratitude, you will hopefully break that loop of negative anxiety, depression thoughts. As I had this weeks ago, it's fresh, That's why I can bring this video. So, and negativity drives anxiety, depression, and gratitude provides or drives intelligence and feeling good. And what you need now is feeling good. Because why would you kill yourself? You're gonna die one day anyway. So you might as well be happy while you're here. And if you die, the worst that can happen is you feel nothing. But you need to be alive. That's the reality. Kill or be killed. It is the journey that's fun. It is not the destination. Yeah, sure, you want the success, you want that, but it's the hard work to get the success that you love. Me, if I make 10K, I'm sure I would be happy for a few weeks. It would totally change my life. But after that, I'm not a materialistic guy, so I don't buy things. And most people say, oh, I'm not a materialistic guy, and then they start buying cars and stuff. But at the end of the day, after 3 weeks of buying your Bugatti, whatever, you will still go back to the work because you're like, you have a Bugatti, whatever. It's the same with video games. You're like addicted to video games. You play video games, and then at the end of the day, you're like, boredom. What do I do? What do I do? It doesn't provide real fulfillment. It is easy to think so. Your monkey mind convinces you that you get fulfillment from these things, but when you get into that gratitude, that observing mind, that's what it's called. The curious mind that is curious about why did she annoy me? Because, oh yeah, I forgot my dishes. But instead of your monkey mind saying, oh yeah, she thinks you don't know how to dish. No, she just said, why didn't you take the dishes? You take it like personally. Oh yeah, she means I can't. No, it's like she wonders why, because she wants, and then be grateful for, oh yeah, she doesn't accept it being disgusting. She doesn't accept it. She wants it clean and tidy. Be grateful for that, because such persons will keep the place clean, right? Good trait, not a bad one. Have you even tried telling her that you go to bed at that time? And if you did and she didn't really, I don't know, nah, she's like, no, you can't do it. I'm like, do it anyways, bro. Like, just think for a different lens, bro. Try this out. And then the third thing, allow yourself a solo dating after hellish school and work. Because the times I got anxious myself was the times where I had my shit work, let's say 8 to 4 work, and then at 4 I'm like, I'm going to the gym, and after gym it's like 6:30, and I'm like, oh yeah, I have to work my business a little bit, don't I? I get home and I'm like, I'm gonna record 3 videos, and then I record one and the video is kind of bad, and you're like, oh, I'm tired, I don't feel like it. Then you go on 9 and the whole night dopamine braining, dopamine addicting yourself again. You're like, I'm not gonna drink, and then you spend the whole night drinking because you force yourself. No, allow yourself. This, of course, only works if you follow the first step. If you wake up 4 a.m. and work to, I don't know, a couple of hours in the morning, then you have already worked a couple of hours. And that's what I love about 4 a.m. I work 4 a.m. to 8. I work 3 to 5 hours in the morning. And after that, I go to school. After that, I go to the gym. And after that, it's literally bedtime. And at that time, I am allowing myself solo dating. Because if I force myself to work when I have went to the gym, when it's 2 hours before my bedtime, when I have been in school, which drains my soul. I'm autistic guy, so it drains me probably more than most people. And even most people, it drains a lot. Because that's, you spend half your day in school and the school environment and many people chatting, and it takes a lot of energy out of you. It's like it's draining weeks of your soul. It drains me at least a lot. So instead of, oh, I have to do this, I have to do this, no. I, at the end of the day, allow myself solo dating. And this is not a cope, because this will help me push harder the next day. I know it did. Definitely worked. I've tried it many times. Also, it is productive because you need to unwind so you sleep better. I sleep deeper. I get to bed at the right time when I'm allowing myself this solo. So, what is my solo date? That is, I'm putting on my speaker Skyrim music, yeah, for my game. Fortunately, the music hasn't gotten me on the computer to play the game, fortunately. But I put on Skyrim Tavern People music. And it's like a 2 hour video. I put it on repeat. It goes. I put it there on like a share or something, and then I journal. And while I'm journaling, I might as well do all kinds of journaling, gratitude journaling, deep journaling. So I write back, I'm grateful for this today. I'm grateful for me having done the perfect day. I'm grateful for this beautiful music that gets me going tomorrow. I'm grateful for the gym session. I hit the gym even though I was tired. I'm grateful for me having done everything I said I was going to do. I'm grateful for the lovely meal I had 12 p.m. my carnivore. Like, I don't need any carbs. I'm grateful for not having any addictions in my life now. I'm grateful for this and this and this and so on. And then I deep journal. What are some things I can remove? What am I happy about? What, you know? I just journal, write about stuff I need to, that is in my mind, video ideas maybe, or things I plan on doing in the future, everything, so my mind can just deload everything on a page. I save, it's like I save on my hard drive on the computer. No, it's more like I'm transferring all that information onto a paper. All that, I have to do this tomorrow, I have to do this, then I have to report this, I need to do this, I will unload that or transfer that to the page. And so, no thoughts. Like, it's like you have a million thoughts, and then gone. So I have 0 thoughts, I have the most relaxing Skyrim Tavern music ever. And then, after having transferred, unloading all my thoughts on a piece of paper, I relax with that Skyrim music, Tavern music, and oh gosh, after a whole day, that is ecstasy. And not only does it feel good in the present moment, the next day I can actually wake up 4 a.m. and it's hard, bro. Ooh, it's hard, bro. Because I have eaten the carnivore diet, and I've done exercise, I've gotten sunlight through my biking to school and home. My dick's hard, my libido is hard as hell. I am energetic 4 a.m. I am making the 7 for 8 video this lovely day. It's not even 7 a.m. yet, and I've recorded weeks worth of content already. It's insane, bro. I feel amazing in the present moment. And I feel amazing after doing it. So I feel amazing in the present. It's like the highest level of self-improvement. You do delayed gratification, and the delayed gratification feel amazing right now as well. Imagine that. So this will change your life. allowing yourself a solo date after work. You're like going to the gym and you're like, no, I really can't do anything more. I was already beat after my work or school. Do your gym. Or maybe you don't do gym every day. You don't have to. But exercising, running or taking bike home. I love taking bike home. I don't need a car, bro. I take bike home. I feel amazing taking bike. I take bike home. I don't care how cold it is. It is worth it. It is definitely worth it, and I have never regretted taking the bike. I might feel like, oh no, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. I don't feel like doing it right now. But every time I take the bike, it's always worth it, so I do it. And after bike, I feel proper relaxed. And journaling feel even more relaxed, having that peaceful music on. I feel amazing, and the next day, amazing as well. And so, this relaxing routine is more fun than my anime or opening music. My stimulating things is more fun than drinking. I haven't drank, but it's more fun than any instant gratification I've found. Plus, it's good for the next day. So it's healthy while being the funnest thing. And that is very powerful. So, rewatch this if you have time, if there was something you missed. Take notes, right? Rewatch and take notes. Try all that and tell me if it helps, because this is probably the thing that got me out of the rut. No other, doing less drinking, only 15 times this month. Oh, doing write down the ideal person you want to become. Oh, he doesn't drink, and then you tell yourself, oh, I'm not a drinker, and then you still drinks. This is the only thing that helped me. And so I haven't heard anyone saying these things I said in this video, but this is what actually helped me. So I want to spread this message. I'm probably gonna make more videos about this, because I'm bored of, I'm mad of all the bullshit. That's why I don't even spend much time there anymore. I found the best stuff from my own thinking. But rewatch this if you need to, but I hope this video could help you in any way. Yeah, I'm not gonna tell you all this, like, subscribe, all this stuff. I made this video because this was me a couple of weeks ago, and yeah, that's it. Thank you.